many people right now at 3:50 on a Sunday are drinking beer watching football? And that's like all they were excited about all week. And life is like full of that. They can't wait to get off work and sit down and watch a movie just so they can numb their fucking mind. That's where the whole NPC thing comes from. There's just so much interesting stuff out there, and we're made to not absorb it. Like, just random. I'm reading a book right now on electricity and how like our bodies are electric before they're chemical. And over the last several hundred years, we've literally powered the entire world with electricity. What kind of impact is that having on our biology? I would rather go find the answer to that question rather than staring at the blue screen hoping my quarterback throws a touchdown.
Let me ask you this now. When it comes to life maxing, what are some things you think are like the simplest thing that someone could do to start getting some of the benefits? Because I actually read on your profile something that you wrote about meditation, and that was actually a really great example of just like this guy that kind of sold you. Can you actually explain the story yourself?
Oh yeah, the whole transcendental meditation shit.
Well, yeah, and like how you basically learned that the meditation that you were doing, just the 20 minutes a day, was like getting you the same benefit as like this like $10,000 thing that people kind of like put themselves through.
Yeah, no, definitely. Let me zoom out on all of that. Life maxing. It's a fascinating. Where to start?
How did you start getting into life maxing? Was that kind of just like your innate thing to just be better and better?
Yeah, it seems like, I mean, I think it starts with one, you have to be able to control your time, right? And then you want to be able to like live wherever you want to live, and then you want to craft your lifestyle however you want to craft it. And I think if you put a focus at the center of that is like being real human. Like being real human. Like, what does it mean to be human? It means like wake up at the right time and be able to go walk on the beach and go get some sun and eat good and, spend time with your family and, like go on dates with your wife or like whatever, right? It's like, how do you max out all the components of being human without getting into some weird, like Brian Johnson, I'm going to live forever and have a blood boy shit, So I guess that's just my like life philosophy. Like it lends itself towards happiness. And I think there's a building component with all of that. Like humans are supposed to be building and creating and enjoying that process. And I guess it's just a life philosophy that's kind of developed for me over the years as through pain, right? Like it's really easy to make yourself unhappy when business isn't going well or this or that. And so it's really kind of just formed through, I don't know, loss and experience and all this other shit where I feel like, okay, this is kind of how you should operate and you should continue to do so. And it's worked well for me.
Do you think people lack, why is everybody so sad in your opinion? Because everybody's kind of struggling.
People spend their days like fucking running and hiding from things. I mean, like how many people right now at 3:50 on a Sunday are drinking beer watching football? And that's like all they were excited about all week. That's like all they were excited about all week. And life is like full of that. They can't wait to get off work and sit down and watch a movie just so they can numb their fucking mind. That's where the whole NPC thing comes from. So basically life maxing is like opposite NPC. Like whatever can you do to wake yourself up in some capacity. It's like super uncomfortable in the beginning. It's like most uncomfortable in the beginning because everyone is like trapped in these routines and these flows that I hate even like saying, Matrix and all that, but like that's what it feels like, right?
Yeah, it's a
like
good analogy.
Right now is the best example. 3:50 on a Sunday, most of America is drinking fucking Miller's Light right now and yelling at the TV about their favorite sports ball. Like that's anti-life maxing.
That's such a good example. That kind of hit me. I'm like, damn, you're right. I guess, we're doing something right. We're talking about business, we're talking about wealth and growing, and most people, that's why there's the 1%.
There's just so much interesting stuff out there, and we're made to not absorb it. Like just random. I'm reading a book right now on electricity and how like our bodies are electric before they're chemical. And over the last several hundred years, we've literally powered the entire world with electricity. What kind of impact is that having on our biology? I would rather go find the answer to that question. And the answer is like, it's like a fish trying to figure out what water is at this point, because we're literally surrounded by all of it. But I would rather spend time trying to figure out that answer and will that knowledge make me better rather than staring at the blue screen and, hoping my quarterback throws a touchdown.
Yeah, that's amazing. So it sounds like you're also just naturally curious too. I mean, I think most of us are, but some
No, I
people,
think
like you
most of us
said,
are. Yeah, we just
yeah,
get beat. Like I look, because I look around, I observe it, and I think people just get beat into these routines, and they're just fed enough information where, if you just watch the news all day and that's just what you do, you're very like within the lines, where the reality is like all of this is so much different, and we can create
mm,
it. That's the cool part. We can create it if we know why we're here in this way. Like, why does media even exist? Then we can potentially reach in and just dent it a little bit and influence it just a little bit.
wow, that's so powerful.